We are live now. I think everything is running. I think everything is okay. So first of all, let us start by respect to the Triple Jam. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami. Good evening, everyone. So welcome to today Monk Chats live, and now you're with me again. So today our live, I think, is it's a little bit late because we have some technical problem with the platform that we're using. So I honestly I'm not really comfortable using these kind of tools, and it's pretty new for me actually. Normally, because normally person usually run and organize and helping us running and this kind of using tool. So, but he's busy today and he couldn't join us. So I have to ask him many things in order to be able to run this live. And there's a lot of things to learn actually, especially as technology device. Yeah. So hopefully you all are doing well, and welcome everyone. And if you're already in, just say hi and say hi. Then tell me like what is your situation right now. So today again, so we'll be here together in order to have a chat and any topic that we are going to talk anything about uh, monk chats, anything you want to know about monk, about Buddhism, or about topic and thing in general. And today, as a topic that we post on the Facebook page that we post, it's about the 16 mental defilements that we are going to discuss today. And that is the topic that I just like pop up in my mind recently. I think it is a very interesting topic to discuss on this point, on this topic about the defilement, or in Pali or in Buddhist term, it's called kilesa. So simply translates in English as defilements. So the defilement or kilesa, actually normally what maybe for those who are used to the used to discuss or talk with monk or read some sort of Buddhist texts, you may find like these words very frequently, like lopa, tosa, moha. The lopa is about it's translated as greed. Lopa, tosa translated as hatred, and the last one is delusion or moha. So these three defilements is considered called as uh, impurity in our mind. You know, uh, so so that's why I think when we come to talk about mind, you know, and it is very interesting that when we come to talk about mind, there's so many things that happen in our minds, and we try to understand our own mind, you know, through many different ways, you know, by observing our own, for example, emotion, sad, anger, happy, unhappy, excited. This kind of thing, it's very clear when it's happened in our mind, but it's very, very difficult to see it. See, we cannot see or smell or hear or taste this kind of thing because it's a feeling. And sometimes something that's occur in our mind, sometimes we have a negative thoughts and good idea and bad thought, um, bad idea, good thought, good idea. This kind of thing happen uh, often. If you observe your own mind, you see that this kind of thing happen in our mind uh, very frequently. Like in a day, if you observe yourself, if we observe ourselves, we will see that sometimes we think negatively to someone or negatively to something. Even the natural phenomena or circumstances that happen in our life, for example, the weather. Like in Thai culture, actually, people people often like actually things going naturally by itself, but uh we mostly, you know, wanting something that it want us to be like what we want or what we think. For example, when it's raining, you know, in Thai, when it's raining, when it's sunny. Hmm. So in the Thai proverb, it is said that um, ฝนฝนตกคนก็แช่งนะฝนแรงคนก็ด่านะ so it's mean that when it's raining people also blame, and when no rain at all, uh, people also blame, you know. So that's why thing is not going along with what we is not always happen along uh, what we want. So that's why our mind is something very complicated, and it's sometimes also unexplicable, you know, unexplicable. It's not able to explain, you know, about the emotion because it's something very complicated about human mind. So that's what is. But anyway, it is very interesting as well to understand our own mind. Yeah. Okay, so I think uh, more people are coming in, and I think before we get into our discussion, I would like to give some introduction about Monk Chat and our live today. Actually, Monk Chat's live is happen. Um, we start this program uh, a year a year ago, actually, in order to keep in touch with people who want to learn more about Buddhism and and think in general, to have a discussion with monk. And you can also, and here we are using we will welcome all, everyone who want to discuss any topic, especially Buddhism or current situation, and I will bring up with a topic that we can discuss. And I would like to start with the information about the our monk chat live today. Actually, monk chat live, um, we we expect to use this live in order to be a media, and the media in order uh, to share, to share and to share the ideas and helping each other and learning from one another, exchange. So I think that there are many people out there. You have any idea or any understanding about Buddhism, you can share and or ask any question. Is not only going to benefit for monk chat only, but also for those who participate. This community also will gain the benefits and understand about more about Buddhism, what Buddhism really is. So basically, what we are going to discuss here is it could be something thing in general and basic understanding about Buddhism, and from the beginning, the easy one to the tough one. Like for example, uh, at the topic like nirvana or that's kind of like meditation, enlightenment, that's kind of topic also. So we can discuss from like the life of the Buddha from the beginning, the founder of the Buddhism. So any topic, we are not going to like focus on any specific here. So it's more like I would like to make we would like to make this community to be the border and allow anyone. It's not only Buddhist people. I think anyone, for those who have a different faith, you can join us and have a discussion. Monk chat actually, for those who are new for this program, let me a little bit talk about the background of monk chat program. Monk chat program started around 16 years ago, 16, 17 years ago, by uh, a senior monk named Pra Ajahn Sane, who is my teacher. And he he got the idea of monk chat from a foreigner who is now our teacher at the Buddhist University in Chiang Mai campus. So his name is we call him Ajahn David, long hair, and the Prajan Sane and Ajahn David, they met each other and talk and have a discussion and had a chat about them and asking questions about Buddhism, about things in general. Then Prajan Sane, he got the idea that from Ajahn Steve, that why don't we open up the program where everybody can come and talk to the monk, because people out there, especially foreigner, want to learn more about Buddhism and they really want to talk with Buddhist monk. And then they started to set the program among that. At that time, I'm not sure that what they call monk talk or something, but they changed in the word to later as the monk chats. And later, monk chat program have been supported by the Buddhist University in Mahajula. and then they got a place at a Wat Suan Do as a monk chat office, and there anyone can go and have a discussion or simply chat with Buddhist monk. And there also their Buddhist university where monks and lay people also um, go to study there. And then later this program keep running from year to years, and around 3 years, and later some foreigner was interested in and in deeper understanding about Buddhism, especially in the questionnaire, because in the monk chat program, when the foreigner have chat with monk, and their request to give an how to say comments in the questionnaire, and most of the foreigner, they are very interested in practicing meditation. Then later, a monk chat program that's supported by the Buddhist, the Mahajula, has settled the meditation retreats, the meditation retreat. And now the monk chats now have a 1 day retreat, 2 day retreat for longer periods of time for those who want to practice meditation, and even half-day retreats. So for those who want to experience, maybe don't have very much time to practice, or like anyone who come to visit Chiang Mai and don't really have much time, maybe you can spend short time, maybe a half day, to experience and practice meditation at monk chat program. So they're totally, I think now monk chat, we are coming to start the program again, especially the meditation retreat. And if anyone who are free or have opportunity to visit Chiang Mai, you are all welcome to participate in this program. Okay, this is a little bit about the background, briefly about a monk chat program. And I think there are many monks. I am very new, the new member of monk chat program, because in the old day, monk chat, we don't have this kind of life. Mostly people come to monk chat directly. They walk in and chat with monk directly. So now today, this is another movement, another development of the monk chat program, that we hope that this program will keep running, and also hoping that people will be more interested in have this kind of program. If this program is work, I think we can have both online and on site. You can come to monk chat directly to chat with monk, or you can like if you have any like you don't really have time, and you can stay at your place and you can send a message, or box ins to ask a question that you want to know more about Buddhism. Okay, so I think the topic that we're going to talk today, actually, it's just a topic that I just prepared. But if you have any question, or any specific question, or any specific topic that you want us to discuss, to have a chat, so we feel free. Now, please send your question or your topic or your message in the box chat. Okay, now what I would like to talk the topic that I have prepared, actually. It's about the mental defilements. Mental defilements. So basically, it's about the cause of the suffering. So our mind, it is said that our mind by nature is pure, because the defilement or kilesa that's combined, so made it to be impure, or it's become dirty, like what we often say, dirty mind. So those kind of thing, whether anger, whether um, greed, basically what we know, greed or delusion, that combine or happen in our mind, considered as defilement or impurity. And most of the time we don't really recognize them or aware of them. Instead, it's take over our it's take control over our life. So that's why uh, we have to understand and know and what are these things happening, and how to avoid not to let this kind of defilement to take over our mind or our life. So because most of the time we are lead by this kind of defilement in our life, so the results of leading by this kilesa or defilement is suffering. So that's why today we'll come to know about the 16 impure state of mind. The first one, the impurity in the mind. It is called. There is a Pali term, but I think they translate as in English term they call greed or covetousness, covetousness, or unrighteous greed, or simply we can call greed. What is greed? Greed is not simple desire, or is not the general desire, but it's more than that. Greed, what we call greed, is greed is about when we want to get some other people belonging, and we see like other belonging, and we want to get that kind of stuff, whether uh, things, or whether property, or whether money, or anything that's other belonging. So whenever this kind of defilements, these kilesa arise in our mind, it's completely make our mind impure. And when it arise, immediately it's become, or we have to struggle in order to fulfill, in order to treat that greed. But if we realize, oh, this the greedy state of mind arise, and we acknowledge it, and we don't follow or give it more power, it will gradually fade away. But most of the time, when this kind of greed arises in our mind, uh, especially for those who like don't have a self control, then we will be governed by this kilesa. So when this kind of greed take over our mind, what happened? When it will become stronger. So it's about the feeling of when we have when the greedy mind arises in our mind, and actually because of the feeling of lacking of something. So it's like we are missing something in our life. So we lack that kind of think. So we want to have that kind of think more. Yeah. And but when it start and when it's not very strong, it's not going to make any harm or any uh, harm to the owner. But when it's stronger and stronger, and still um, it's take completely take over our mind and our life, you know. So at that time, we 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 no longer have the, how to say, subconsciousness to aware of morality, you know. Like we like about the about the precept, we can break even the precept, you know. Like we can kill, we can steal, especially steal. Now if you steal, that's mean the greed that happened in our mind already take over life. So that's why and this greed is about understanding, you know, understanding that if we have this kind of thing, we will be how to say, free from the desire, or that kind of strong desire of greed, you know? Like for example, if I have a a car that I like, you know, it's it's going to fulfill, and it will be, I will be happy forever, you know. But in reality, it is not that, is not that way, you know. Especially when we already fulfill the thing that we want, and next is we want to have that kind of thing more and more. Yeah. So that's why greed cannot get rich by fulfill it or have more greed. Yeah. There's many research talking about this, about the successful people and what happened after they become a successful people. Are they happier? Are they, or what? And they did this kind of research, and it's very clear, showing that actually being successful, worldly success, cannot really fulfill the the selfish desire. But like for example, in the Olympic game, the winner who got like gold or something, they happy at the moment when they are winner, but later some of them become get a, we call, depression disorder, you know, because they stink or attached with the success that they used to have in the past. And once life going down, or maybe it's not no longer achieve that kind of goal again, that's make them even more suffer, you know, because of their successfulness. And today world, we have been taught that we have been taught to achieve the goal, you know. Achieve the goal, you need to have a goal, you need to have a dream in order to achieve the goal and dream, you know. So that's kind of cultivation, that's kind of thinking, you know. If we are not aware of it, it can sometimes come back and reflect to our life. Uh, so that's why um, when we talk about a lopa or greed, that which is um, the impurity of the mind, that is we we have to aware of it when it arises. So observe yours. We have to observe our own self. Now, even me, sometimes this kind of thinking also arise, and most of the time we don't really aware of it, and still like sometimes it's already take over our mind. But at least it's happened only in our mind. But if one is not taking us into action, it's still no it's not very powerful at the beginning. But anyway, uh, whether impurity, even a little very small little impure of the mind, it can make something even worse. So that's why we should never look down on the kilesa or the defilement or impurity that is small, that is very little in our mind. So next, I think I'm not sure today we have time to discuss all the topic or the 16 topic. I think if today we can we I would shoot the best or the most dangerous one, and from week to week, and we can discuss about this defilement. First, already discussed about the greed or greedy men in the mind, greedy mind. Next, it's about ill will. I think ill will. Ill will. It's about that aiming in order to destroy someone or something. So something that we don't really like it, and or we really hate someone, without no reason. We just see this one, he just don't really match, or maybe it's caused us to have resentfulness, and want to destroy that person or that thing. So when this kind of thing arises in our mind, we we was able to, we have already take over, by the kilesa or the defilement. Our mind is already diluted. And the third one is gota, gota or anger, anger. The first one, the second one is ill will, and this one anger. Anger is like a we should not look down on the very little anger in our life. So small anger can destroy everything. The good deed that we have done in the past, maybe we have collecting or accumulate good deed in our life, but only once time that we made something mistake by anger is going to destroy everything, the good deed that we have done. Like some people, they haven't many good things in their life, keep doing good thing again and again and again, and one day that's kind of anger take over, and he kills someone or do something led by anger. Anger can make someone can even kill a mother. So anger can destroy everything, every good deed that we have done in the past. So that's why we have to very be aware of our own mind. Look inside about the anger that arise. It's like the forest, and the forest anger, when it start in our mind, even it's very small, it's compared like a fire. The fire that's burned inside very little at the beginning, but when it's growing up, that anger growing up and become a big fire, it can even burn the entire forest. It's very dangerous And we should never look down on a very little small of this kind of defilement, that is anger. Yeah, the anger. And it's very when we talk about anger, someone are angry because of fear. So it should, like for example, when we fear or when we're afraid of something, actually fear it's a kind of anger, but it's not going out, but it's coming in. You know, fear is the feeling of we call anger. Um, the fourth one is spite. Spite. What is spite? Spite. It's similar to anger, but it's to cling on that kind of emotion, cling on that the feeling of being angry, you know. So keep like inside. Like for example, I keep that kind of anger. One day I'm going to take it back from you or something. You know, if someone do something that you don't like and that we don't like, we want to take it back, you know, or want to revenge and keep this kind of thing inside our mind. And I think it is very sorry for those people who keep this kind of feeling inside their mind. You know, it's very suffer. It's because anger is like a burning oneself. You know, some people that kind of thing happened very long time ago. You know, even years, someone even 10 years, and like when we talk when we talk something about the person that he or she don't like, you know, or you and that's one become angry immediately. Sometimes even they already forget, you know, the thing that make them angry, you know? But it's become a part of their life, you know, and don't realize that holding this kind of they don't realize that this kind of kilesa or defilement already takes their mind. Yeah. And after spites, and the fifth one, it's about uh, it's about um, it's about makka, makka, makka in Pali and translates in English as detraction, detraction. Uh, detraction is like a pride, the pride that we're holding. You know, I am um, uh, I am better than you. You're better than me. You even you and me are equal. You know, so it's like a comparing and understanding that oneself is better than others, or other better than one. So this kind of kilesa is very, very fine and is very difficult sometimes to see. And in our life, we oftentimes compare oneself to another. And sometimes we look down on other people, and sometimes we understanding the people other look down on us. So this kind of kilesa sometimes um, is like we trying to block like someone. If somebody better than us, we tend to how to say put them to equal as us. And if you're better than me, and I will like I will take how to say block you and not allow that person to do good deed. Like for example, when we talk to someone, when 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 we talk to someone good deeds, we don't really, sometimes we don't really talk anything about someone when someone have done something good. But mostly we tend to like telling other people how good I am, how good I am. So that I am good at this thing, and I have done that, I have done this. It's about like praising oneself. And when we talk about someone in good deeds, we don't really want to talk, and sometimes we just like talk a little bit. It's very difficult. So that's kind of kilesa we call the detraction or the appreciation. So we're trying to showing oneself that, oh, I am a good person, I am better than. So this kind of thing, it's happened in our mind. Sometimes it's very very complicated to see. Sometimes it's we do it. It's happening inside our mind first, showing other people that how great I am. And when we talk about other people, like, but the Buddha said that the good people, or maybe we call it the great or the wise man. The wise man will judge oneself, and will tell other people how bad they are. They love to talk about bad things, their bad deeds, rather than talking about their good deeds. But the fool often talk like showing other people how good they are, and blame other people how bad other people are. And in order to like put other people down and lift oneself up or something. That is we call distraction. Another kind of kilesa or defilement that happen in our mind. And maybe today we can stay longer because we have to uh, keep more time on. And I think we have live. We will live until 8:30. 8:30. I think we have time. And if you have any question or anything that you want to ask, um, you can send a message to to have a discussion or. Okay, so the next one, the next one, the next one. The next one, it's Matchariya. Matchariya is called is translated in English as stinginess, stinginess. So we don't want to give our belonging to other people because by nature we when we get by nature the desire, the kilesa want to have more. So that's why stingy, we don't want to give or share. Simply we don't want to share. Stingy is another kilesa that make our mind to be impure, to be impure. So that's why when we do anything, the good deed that we can start, and the how to say, the initial, the beginning of doing good deed, it's to give things away, to share, to share. So that's why dana or generosity is a beginning to do good thing, and it's easier to do, because giving things away is to let go of the stinginess. For those who still have this, I think stinginess is a nature, but if we can reduce this kind of stinginess, will make that person more how to say, become more pure inside their mind, and the starting point of doing good in order to become a better development of uh, a better life, get rid of stinginess is a beginning. So so generosity is a beginning. If we don't have the generous mind, it's very difficult in the practice of meditation, especially in the practicing of vipassana. So that's why stinginess it's the start or the beginning of the uh, quality that we should cultivate in order to develop our own mind and another level. Stinginess, stinginess. And another interesting mental defilement is sarampa, sarampa, or it translates as presumption, or competing, contention, presumption, competing, contention. It's like the feeling of how to say, competitive, being competitive. So being competitive, aiming for to be the winner, aiming to be the winner. This kind of defilement. So we don't want, like, for example, if we don't want somebody to be better, or to be the winner, I want to be only the outstanding one, the only outstanding one, and don't want other people to be like me or something, to be the winner or better than me. So it's another defilement, but in the worldly, it's a very general thing that we never observe this kind of kilesa. But in terms of uh, uh, Dhamma, or in mind states, we call this kind of thing as impurity. Impurity. And I think for today, we are going to the last and maybe next time we will come to continue in each one if we have enough time. So the kilesa, I think the the last one, last but not least for today, is very important. It is about pamata, or heedlessness, 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 or negligent, negligent. Heedlessness is what heedlessness. So it's like procrastination. Actually, if you want to see what is pamata or heedlessness, it's about the procrastinate, and do not doing what it should be done, or what it should be finished today, but just keep like skip and postpone. That's kind of work or whatever work, or maybe do not prepare oneself, and we don't really prepare and seeing, observing what's going to happen next, or just like heedless. The opposite of the heedlessness is mindfulness. Mindfulness. So heedlessness and heedfulness. Pamada. Heedlessness is like a person who already dead. So that's why that's why heedlessness, heedless here. It is very important when we come to practice meditation on this point, about heedlessness and mindfulness, because I think it's a hate of the all other that can how to say take over any other kind of, we call mara, or the defilement can take over our life because of heedlessness. Every item, every defilement or impurity or mental impurity that arises in our mind because the lacking of heedlessness, because the lacking of mindfulness, that is a heedlessness. So it's like a person who already, the Buddha compare, who are heedless. That person already dead or no more life. It's compared like a life. So, for example, when compare when someone without mindfulness driving, how what how to say accident that's going to happen, and because of heedlessness, a lot of mistake happen in our life. So that's why heedlessness considered as the head of the defilements that arise in our mind. That's mental states, the mental state that's very, very dangerous. So it's grouped in the delusion. It's grouped in the delusion. It's grouped in the delusion. So I think this is about the some interesting 16 mental state of mind, 16 mental impure state of mind. And actually, these 16 mental state of mind is talk about the detail about the 3 defilements that I mentioned at the beginning about the about greed, hatred, and delusion. So in our life, most of the time running by this kind of defilements, mental states, and we sometimes we don't even know, like for example, like as stubborn or obstinacy, one. So very strong with the one own idea, and never listen to other people on that kind of thing. So it's the small or little impurity that we have to very pay attention. Normally we don't really aware of this kind of thing because we tend to like we already used to being and having this kind of defilement in our life, or even sometimes it's already become a part of our life already. I like when I have I realized that there are a lot of defilement, these kind of defilement. Most of them I used to like have this kind of defilement in my mind. Some is very simply all of this thing. It's what we call the ego, the ego, there's the self. And actually this kind of this kind of defilement is not really self, or it's not defining who I am. It's not really define I. It's like a guess. The Buddha compare this kind of kilesa or this kind of defilement as a guess that's combined, sometimes come in our life, come to in our mind, and it's sometimes fade away. And again, it's come by our mind and it fade away. It's like a full moon. Our mind is like a bright full moon. It's very bright. It's give a life. It's very bright. But because of the kilesa or the defilement that take over, it's like a cloud that is sometimes wind bring the cloud and take over the light of the light of the moon, and it's become dark. It's dirty. It's like our mind is like a full moon. By nature, our mind is pure. But because of this kind of kilesa take over, and most of the time we grab and attach and cling. Oh, this is me. I am angry. My anger, my desire, my greed. So my idea, my a lot of things that is unrealizing, awareing this kind of thing, and be naturally unknowing and know and claim that this is me, and then but for those who are aware of it, it's just aware and let it pass and let it go. It's like when it arises in our mind, we acknowledge it, aware of it, not give more power on it, and it will automatically fade away by its nature according to the characteristic of the universe. Anicca, impermanent. Even this kind of kilesa are also impermanent. When it's arising in our mind for a certain time or a period, then it will automatically, by its nature, will fade away. Observing this kind of again and again, again and again, it's a process of purifying. That's why, in order to see this kind of mental state of mind, the impurity that arises in our mind, sometimes we need the concentration or what we call focus. Yeah. So it's come to the part of meditation that we need to train and learn how to look deep inside in our mind in order to see these kind of small defilements before it's become the boss and take over our mind and lead our life and doing things as the kilesa wants. And the result, most of the result of this kind of kilesa is dukkha or suffering that's happened in our life. So that's why whenever we have dukkha or suffering in life, actually first we have to check ourselves that what kind of kilesa and what kind of desire that make me suffer. Because as the Buddha said that every suffering is actually caused by selfish desire, our own desire, that's called suffering. So that's why whenever suffering or the dukkha arise in our mind, check back inside us, and we will see something, or maybe our own desire, or what kind of kilesa, what kind of defilements that's caused us to suffer. And when we know and see the entire, we don't see only a part, or that point maybe one part of the suffering that arise, but we will see, if we step back and watch, and we will see the entire of the problem, the cause and effects of the suffering that arise. And this kind of thing allowed us to investigate minds and body, the body in the practice of meditation. Okay, I think for today's discussion, we have any question in the last part of our discussion today. Question asks, how often do you live on Facebook? We live once a week, and every evening, Saturday evening, as every Saturday evening. You are welcome to join us if you would like to chat or have a sharing. I would like everyone to share the idea that you think that is going to be beneficial for everyone here. Kilesa. So anybody have used to have what kind of defilements, what kind of kilesa that you think is the most dangerous in your life? What kind of the impure state of mind that you think it's most dangerous for your life? Or all are equal, or are they dangerous? John, I'm not sure is it a John David or not. John David Burrup. And thank you very much sharing here. And heedless, heedless is an adjective showing a reckless lack of care or attention. Yes, thank you very much for sharing the definition of heedless. Heedless. It's very, very clear. So reckless, lack of care, attention. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is from China, from China, from Linger. Thank you for sharing. Thinking too much in the past or the future and not being in the present time and in the body, only in thoughts. Yes. That's what's most of us, I think. We by nature, we often do, like sometime, most of the time, we worry, especially the world. Now we like tend to be pushed to think of the future. If not about the future, then we think of the past, or feel regrets, what feel, how to say, guilt, so what we have done in the past. So the present, the beginning to practice being with the present, and I very truly agree with Shina that the body never go to the future or go to the past, only the thoughts. It's a very nice and a very nice, a very excellent sharing here. Only thinking that can it's about memory or worry, or we call mental formation, that create the worry in our mind and imagine so many things which is not realistic. And most of the time we unrealizing, we grab those kind of ideas and become a worry, anxiety, or even fear that come up in our mind. All right, so for today discussion, I think at the end of our today discussion, we are going to practice meditation for short periods of time before we close our today discussion. So Now, for those who are watching us, you are invited to practice meditation together. We'll spend some time, only 5 minutes, to practice meditation together. And after meditation, we're going to split and sharing loving kindness to all living beings. So now you are invited to join us in practicing meditation, and you can sit and on your comfortable seat, or if you are at your place, you just like sit straight ahead. So now just like slowly and mindfully close your eyes. And together spending some time for a few minutes. And now just aware of the tip of your nose, the tip of the nose. And just take a deep breath or tea. Aware of the breathing in and breathing out. And just allow and to let go of the ideas. And come back to the body, aware of the breath. Okay, and thank you, everyone, for joining our discussion today, and rejoin for your meditation together. And this is our section, our last section for today evening. So now, please join me to spread loving kindness to all living beings. First of all, we have to be kind to ourselves. Be kind and forgive oneself. Anything that we have done, or any mistake, or any bad feeling, or good feeling that we have faced today, or anything that arises in our mind, in our life. We should, it's, we allow them to pass our life. May all living beings be free from suffering and pain. May all living beings be happy and secure. May all living beings be happy and peaceful. May all living beings be free from violence and war. May peace and happiness reveal to ourselves. May peace and happiness reveal to the world. Okay, Anumodana to everyone, and thank you very much for coming in and joining our monk chat live today. And thanks to all the comments and suggestion and all the question. Any comment that I haven't given answer. Now next time we will bring any suggestion or any topic to our discussion for the next time for today, and we'll see you and still next time. Wish all you all the best. Thank you.